Common Ground Foundation is the brainchild of Georgie Keats, Felicity Burton and Belinda Keats, and oh my gosh, it is gathering a lot of momentum. Watching friends go through a tough time with one of their children recently, and through personal experiences of their own, these three ladies came up with the idea of purchasing a home in Toowoomba, where regional families can call home when needing medical treatment far from where they live. The girls have an incredible fundraiser planned for the 24th of November, and here to tell us all about it are Georgie and Felicity. Felicity and Georgie, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm so excited to hear about the Common Ground Foundation and what you have planned. And I actually cannot believe the momentum that it has going at the moment. So give me a little bit of background, like what inspired you both to get involved, and because it's your brainchild, it's your baby, isn't it? You girls came up with the idea.
Absolutely, Kel. Well, firstly, thank you so much for having us. Like you said, this event has really taken off, and the charity has just skyrocketed. It's really came about from close friends having unfortunate circumstances with their children. And look, George and I have both been in that situation before where we've had to go to town for medical reasons, and, you know, we're both on the land. And then having to live out of town, away from home in town was a really big thing for us to have to try and facilitate and try and make work, you know, with things that are happening at home and then siblings and family. So it's a really big thing. And going to town for any sort of medical reason is difficult. But then I think being from the bush or a regional area and having to live so far out of your comfort zone is a whole nother thing. So we thought that having this home in town that could kind of replicate what we're used to, you know, something having a backyard, room to run around, siblings to be able to kick a ball around, you know, that sort of thing would be so great for families like that.
And I think also whenever someone's going through something like this, all you want to do is help, but you can't actually help them with the tough stuff. But creating a sanctuary for them, you can. And it's so small, but it's something that we all often don't think of. And being able to go through medical stuff as a family, as opposed to your family having to be busted up to get treatment, it's huge.
And I guess, girls, you are coming from a place of experience, and probably, you know, for people who haven't had to move away from home for medical emergencies or medical treatment, you're right, they would not think of it. But because you both have that experience, that's where this has come from. So out of unhappy things come some wonderful things for other people, and you two are proof of that. And Georgie, your mum's involved as well, isn't she?
She is, Kelly, yes.
Yeah.
Felicity and mum and myself are all directors. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. So where do you see the foundation going in the future? So you're starting off with a house in Toowoomba, and is that, sorry, I'm just regressing here a bit, but is that house, are you going to buy a house or is it to be built?
We're thinking buying a house is going to be our way forward. And look, at the moment, that's still very liquid as to what that looks like. The reason for that is, there's so many options, but we've got to also remember that, you know, we've got a little family and jobs and businesses that we're running in the background too. Like, this could be a full-time job if you let it. So I think the most manageable way to make it happen in our lives is to try and buy a home that would be suitable. So that's kind of where we're at the moment with it, Kel.
And I think also we feel, because the need is so current, if we're able to purchase the home, we can get it happening so much more quickly than if we're to wait for building.
Yeah. No, that's very true. And will it be like, are you going to look for something really close to the hospital, or because I thought of this do people want to be so close to the hospital that it's a constant reminder to them, or do they want to be a little bit away so that, they can have a little bit of normality? What are your thoughts on that?
I think we would like it to be, obviously nothing in Toowoomba is very far really, but in close to the hospital, close to somewhere for, shopping and all of that sort of thing. But we feel like it's really important, especially being bush families, that it's not a busy area, that there's a nice school close by if they need to enrol them in a school, a park, somewhere where they can, really feel comfortable, I guess.
That word sanctuary, I think, really comes to mind and sums it up, that kids can go outside and, like I said earlier, kick a ball around and sit on the grass and in the shade of a tree, that's what they're used to. So it would be nice if we could kind of replicate that, Kel.
Yeah. We, as you both know, we have a little unit in Brisbane which we've used when our kids have been down there at boarding school, and it had become our little sanctuary, and it's beautiful and we just love being there. And it's a little home away from home, and we don't have anything personal there because we have it on Airbnb, but we have photos from home, bush photos around, and actually Barry said, there's not one painting or anything here that is not an animal. So it's filled with animal photos. So, and that to me gave, like, it reminds the kids a little bit of home, to see a few cattle on the wall and that. So I guess, once you start decorating the home, you will make, some really nice touches. Have you thought about how you're decorating it, or?
Oh, God, we've got a lot of ideas, yeah. And, we started out saying, like, well, I've got a container that it's got a bed, and I reckon there's a couple of bedside tables and maybe a dresser. And as we all know, you stack furniture that you don't want at home. So we started brainstorming, thinking maybe we could just deck it out with secondhand stuff. And then I thought maybe we could approach some bedding companies or furniture stores and say, well, how about you deck out a room for us or something like that. But obviously I think it's got to represent that, it's country and just feel homely. Home's really important,
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And what about pets? Will it be pet friendly, like within reason, or have you not thought that far?
We've had really mixed thoughts
we
on
have.
that one, because we thought it's so hard to, as soon as you allow pets, it's really hard to police them staying outside. And it's, it's fine to say, no, they're not allowed inside, but whether that's actually followed through. And then also on the other hand, there's all the wonderful things that having your pets around you brings.
That's right. So we're very torn. We're not sure how to make that happen, how to make it work. We'd love to make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess, if someone has a little pet dog that is an inside dog, that gets tricky if you don't want pets inside. But yeah, our experience with our unit in Brisbane, it is pet friendly, and we allow the pets inside. And I've spoken to other people who have pet friendly Airbnbs, and they say that the guests actually take better care because they appreciate so much having their animal with them.
So it makes so much sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, anyway, I mean, it's just you girls have got so much to think of, and I'm throwing all this other stuff at you.
Well, God, in an ideal world, it'd be awesome to even have, like 3 or 4 chooks in the backyard. Like, it would be, absolutely. How cool would that be?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. That would be amazing. And, especially for little kids that, even if I was in that position, I would love going out and collecting the eggs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, just to give you a little bit of normality. Yeah. What about the cost? Will there be a cost to stay there, or are you hoping to make it free of charge for families, or will that be on a needs basis?
Well, we're looking at still charging something, whether it be nightly or weekly, as it is, so that we are aware that there's 6 one-bedroom units in Toowoomba as part of the Toowoomba Base Hospital. And that's kind of given us an idea of what they charge for people that are having to stay there for medical reasons. We're still wanting to make it severely discounted, so it's a lot cheaper than an Airbnb or a motel or having to rent somewhere for a week at a time or whatever. But then we're hoping that those funds would go towards the cost of maintenance and rates and, you know, all the hidden costs and things that you don't think of when you go, oh, let's buy a house. It's certainly, so it needs to kind of pay for itself.
And we also thought from our own experiences, most of us don't actually want something for nothing. Like if you can give a little bit in return, it kind of sits a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Georgie. That's very true, because we don't, take handouts easily, do we, as bush people? So
yes, yeah, that's right. Yes, so I think it'd add up nicely if we can put a price on it, but still be very reasonable and appropriate, affordable. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what transpires. So, girls, I'm really interested to hear about Ride for a Roof. So tell me about this fundraiser that you're having on the 24th of November.
We're so excited.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so unique in what it is. I guess it kind of came from, well, A, what can we do to raise money? B, what industries are we involved in and have contacts in? And C, coming up with or the notion that we have so much talent in our industry and that we could showcase it somehow. So, you know, the amount of talent that we're involved with daily in the camp drafting, rodeo, bush world, just, being around livestock and animals and whatever, I think is kind of taken for granted or it's not showcased. So our event has kind of evolved into having our rodeo. Well, it's not a rodeo, it's going to be a bronc ride, a shootout. And it's actually the champions that we have in Australia right now. So there's how many of those? 12 champions and 6 Aussie legends, 5 Aussie legends, which we are so excited about. And we think that they're just really famous. So it's going to be awesome to showcase their ability and their...
The legends are all like they're retired, and so they're just getting back on for the cause. And
so one of them being Ben Hall, who has just recently won the Condamine Bell camp draft, the big open draft there, and then the Chinchilla Grandfather Clock camp draft. So he was in line for the Triple Crown, but unfortunately the Warwick Gold Cup didn't happen this year.
We might have to make this Triple Crown.
Yeah, maybe we can make this the big third one for him. So it's going to kick off at 4 p.m. in the afternoon and then run through till dark. We should go back to where it is. Do you want to talk about Bracknell?
Yeah, and I think also it would be really nice to touch on the fact that the community that's really come together with this, and all of those cowboys who are, they really are our entertainment, and they're just getting behind it. They're in boots and all.
They're donating their time and, they're travelling from so far away. We have Extreme Bronx Australia and Wrangler have come on board. So they're actually organising the entire rodeo part of it, bronc ride part of it for us.
Gill Brothers
Australia. Eddie Gill has been amazing in facilitating all of this. So
Rick Knutson, Barking Horses.
Yes. We have the 2 pickup men that we'll have in the arena, Peter Kelly and Peter Brennan.
Yep.
Peter Kelly is the pickup man of Australia, the APRA pickup man of Australia last year, I'm assuming, or this year. So we've got all the right people, and it's just going to be a real showcase of what, our industry is all about, I guess. And it's actually going to be at Bracknell Lodge, which is unique in itself. So Bracknell Lodge is a wedding venue that Rick and Beck Knutson own and have created.
It's incredible.
Yeah. And
it's amazing.
And would you believe they're building the arena for us right there beside, like, where people get married, where they actually have the dinner and the function, right there near if you know Bracknell Lodge, there's a fairy light tent just outside of the barn. It's right beside the fairy light tent, which is like unreal. It's kind of hard to get your head around. So
but they're building it especially, like it didn't exist until now.
No, at the moment, well, still right now, it's just grass where it's going. It's just quite fast.
So someone's actually donating an arena and shoots and everything for us for the night.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think it's so amazing because there's all of this happening, and then lunchtime the next day they've got a wedding arriving. So everyone's gonna hook in and get everything cleared out again. And but Rick and Beck have I honestly think they're some of the most generous, good-hearted people that I've come across. They give you the shirt off their back.
Absolutely, yeah. But after the Bronc Ride, we actually go inside to the wedding venue area, and there's gambling tables, live music, canapes, a bar, and we'll have an auction and guest speakers. So that's the exciting part. And you do this, you come to the event, but you don't just wear your jeans and your boots. You get frocked up. You have to come in your dress and heels, and it's a real showcase, the rodeo part of it, but it's really just kicking off our night.
Oh, I both of you know that I'm unable to make it, and I'm going to have the biggest case of FOMO. Oh, I really want to be there. I want to go back to the bride that's coming the next day. Does she know what's happening the night before, and is she worried?
Well, I don't even know if she knows about it yet.
I'm not sure that she knows, but I think with the amazing group of people that are involved, she won't even know. It'll be perfect.
They're very clever at Bracknell and very used to running multiple events on the weekend. So I'm sure they've got that bit all stitched up.
Kelly, we're having an auction starting the week out via Auctions Plus, which we've just been overwhelmed by people giving different items for that. We're also going to Calcutta the Cowboys off too. So the week before the matchup of the cowboy and the horse will go up on Auctions Plus too, and people can start bidding. So by the 24th, everyone will have a starting point, which I think is just so exciting.
Oh, yeah. So, I just want to ask about the gambling tables. So it's quite a unique idea that you've come up with in handling all of that. So explain how that's going to work.
So there's going to be around 5 tables inside, and they'll all have their own, what do you call it? The gambling man, I can't think of what they're called.
Dealer?
Dealer,
yes.
They'll have their own dealer.
You can talk the talk.
Yeah. And so you actually go and purchase chips at the casino bank, and those chips are converted, your money is converted to, it's fun money, what your chips are worth. So you go into the inside and, go and play. There'll be blackjack and roulette, maybe craps, I'm not sure. We're still just finalising those few things.
It's impossible for us to actually mention everyone who's been involved getting things happening, but Hallie and Sam Knight have organised the gambling side of things, and obviously had so much to do with organising the rodeo and everything as well. It's just a great group of people.
It's incredible how many people want to help when there's something good happening, and it makes you emotional, doesn't it? When it's your dream to get it up and running, but all these other people are coming together, and it really tears at your heartstrings, I think, when people are so generous.
It does. And the amount of people that have even just, they bought their tickets and they've thrown in another $1,000, or we've set it up so we've worked out that a 4-bedroom home will contain roughly 10,000 bricks. So and we're estimating we'll have to spend around $800,000 to buy a house in Toowoomba that size, and so that equates to $80 a brick. So people have been actually buying bricks as well, donating their money in that way, which is just incredible. And I mean, people that you can't assume, but you just think, you don't need to do that. Hopefully we can get corporates or some bigger businesses on board, but it's amazing the amount of money that every second person has been chipping in there as well.
Just amazing. So now you have a Facebook page, don't you, called Common Ground Foundation?
Yep, that's correct. And there's posts on there basically daily about our event and auction items that are getting donated for our auction that'll be run on Auctions Plus a week out from the event. So yeah, it's all happening. We'll have information on there leading up to the event as well.
Yeah, just if people go onto that Facebook page and they can find out everything they need to know and how they can help. And well, thank you, girls, so much. And oh gosh, I take my hat off to you both and to your mum, to Georgie. You've got a lot in store for you, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out and the beautiful home that you're going to create in Toowoomba.
Thanks so much, Kel.
Thank you so much. And Kelly, thank you so much for your family has really contributed as well to our auction, which we really appreciate with Audrey as a partner. It's amazing.
Oh, well, I hope you make lots of money out of it.
Thank you. I should actually say too, Kel, we have been bombarded with ticket sales and there's still a few tickets left. If anyone wants to go and buy tickets for our event, like I said, there's tickets still available. If you go and search Ride for a Roof on Eventbrite or have a look at the Facebook page and you'll find a link.
Okay. Good luck with it all. And
Thanks
think
so
of me on the 24th of November.
We will. We'll have a spin on the roulette table for you.
Okay. I hope you're better at it than Barry.
Oh, dear.
Kelly, thank you.
Thanks, Kel.
No, thank you both. Thank you. Thank you for watching and listening to my interview. If you'd like to hear more inspiring stories, subscribe to my YouTube channel or my podcast and follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Life Journey TV.